it's very difficult at the moment to get performances and victories and goals, I suppose, but they worked hard and made it hard for us.
Oh yeah, I thought it was an incredible performance. I think even probably exceeded my expectation of what I thought we'd be able to produce today. I thought it was an unbelievable performance from a group that are obviously sort of low on numbers at the moment and unbelievably low on attackers. And yeah, very proud of what they produced. I think negatives would be the second goal, disappointed with, because we didn't deserve to lose 2-0 really, and losing 1-0 and not quite being able to break them down is probably as bad as it should have been for us in the end. They didn't deserve to suffer the second one, but apart from that, I thought, gutsy, worked their socks off, pressed really high, sort of disrupted Arsenal's rhythm, and came up a little bit short against one of the best teams in world football. So yeah, no shame in that this evening.
I guess it's not a new thought that you're just short of attacking players.
Yeah, I think the group. Yeah, I mean, I haven't checked, but I can't imagine there's another team in the country that are as short as we are at the moment. I think 10 senior outfield players available to play 90 minutes today is a tough situation. I think if you look at the number of injuries, it's probably not in excess of some of the other clubs that are struggling with injuries. If you look at Newcastle, they've had a tough run with injuries, and Aston Villa have had a few missing, but their start point is probably 25 or 26 squad players, and ours is 19. So you take 7 away from 19 and it gets pretty short pretty quickly. But yeah, I think you can see from the crowd that they were very proud of what the lads were able to produce today against an excellent Arsenal side. Even if you look at the ones that actually played for us, Totti and Buba, Hugo, ones that we class as sort of senior players. They've probably, don't even know if they've started 25 Premier League games yet, any of them. Tommy Doyle's probably 10 maybe. So it's a very, very young group, very young team, and an even younger squad obviously with the bench. Chani got through just over 45 minutes, which was excellent for him. We discovered that Mario can play as a number 9 as well, which was good. My chat to him before I put him on was, I'm sure you've done this in the park when you were a kid, mate. Just go and play up front and see if you can score. He made some good runs in behind. So yeah, we're trying to come up with things that give us a chance. We knew it would be difficult to create chances. You don't have to look too far to figure out that Arsenal were the best team defensively in the league. They concede the least chances. I mean, when you couple that with playing against a team that have 0 attackers available, well, we had Chani for a spell, but apart from that, 0 attackers, it was going to be difficult to create chances with possession. So we tried to be more aggressive without the ball, pressed as high as we could, see if we could disrupt their rhythm and get some chances from sort of pressing and regains, and use what we did have in the team, which was athleticism in Buba and Zhao and Tawanda, Chani. And we created a really competitive game, which is an incredible effort from what we had available.
Gary, you mentioned it very briefly about the supporters. Considering the situation you're in the squad, you need that backing really. They were brilliant, weren't they?
Yeah, they were far better than I could ever ask for or expect as well. I thought would be easy for them to feel a little bit down, and because probably like me, deep down we all want all our best players and available, and we want to be back where we were before Coventry, where people were talking about Europe and FA Cup runs, and but that's not the situation we're in, and we have to make the best of what we have now. And the fans definitely did that. I thought they were incredible. I think our performance sort of helped them. They could feel there was an energy and an aggression, and trying to make it uncomfortable for Arsenal. And they were able to buy into it, and they pushed the lads, and the lads kept pushing them, and there was a real good connection. And short of there just being an equaliser, and us managed to scramble and won and coming away with a 1-1. I thought it was, apart from that, it was about as good as we could have hoped to produce.
What do you make of Tawanda on his first?
Yeah, very good. I thought he handled the ball well in difficult situations. Looked like he could handle the physicality of the Premier League. A couple of times up against Saliba and managed to wriggle out of things, and which isn't easy. I'm pleased for him because I know when I've put him on in the past, he's maybe felt like he's not quite shown what he is. But difficult to go into Premier League games from the bench when you're a young player. So he was able to show more tonight what he's shown in training with us, and he has some promising bits, and still incredibly early for him, for us to be judging him at Premier League level now is probably unfair on him in his development, but it's the reality of the situation, and it's an incredible opportunity for him.
Just very finally, you mentioned Boober and Hugo getting sort of rare starts on this season. What do you make of the performance from the pair?
Yeah, I like them both. I thought both of them carried out the role really, really well, followed the tactical information fantastically well. Thought tactically we were almost perfect until late on in the game, where we understandably started to lose structure a little bit when we were really chasing. But up until that moment, I thought both of them were excellent at the jobs they were given. Hugo able to jump out and press Ben White very well, did some good bits with the ball. Boober around Odegaard, I thought made it very, very difficult for him, showed good legs and athleticism and won the ball back numerous times. So yeah, positive night for loads of them. Of course, disappointed that we're not able to add points, but yeah, sometimes in Premier League games you are able to take more than points, and feel a little bit like that this evening, where I'm sure everyone around Wolverhampton Wanderers would be able to sign up for those sort of performances and be proud of what a group has produced in a very tough situation. Okay. Yeah, no, Pedro's not close to playing at the moment. No, he's still a little way away.
Does leaving Pablo and Mario on the bench tonight mean they should be available to start the next two?
Yeah, hopefully. I think it was tough. When I was trying to pick a team for tonight, also with the rest of the week in mind, trying to juggle. There's normally 100 minutes in a game now, so there's going to be 300 minutes that need to be played, and when there's only 10 available that can complete 90s, trying to juggle how you're going to get that 10 plus the younger players, of course, through the week and give us our chance of picking up the most points possible was a tough call. But felt that today we'd be able to produce sort of that high energy performance and get a couple of them a bit of a rest and let Pablo's groin settle down even further. And hopefully it'll do them both good to have not had to go through 90 minutes this evening, and hopefully they'll both be feeling a bit better come Wednesday. Yeah, we're hopeful. We're hopeful that doesn't mean it'll definitely make it. It's as I said, it's quite a rare injury, so there's not too much to go off sort of history-wise with how long they take. He's feeling better again today. Nelson's feeling better again today, so we won't take any crazy risks with anybody, but the next two games are very important for us, so pushing hard to get as many available as possible. Pleased that Rayan got through some minutes as well. Tried to take on the whole Arsenal team on his own, announced his comeback to the world. But yeah, I thought it was good to have him back. Yeah, you'll see more. Well, touch wood, you'll see more than 20 minutes of Aït-Nouri against Bournemouth. Yeah, probably.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.